Welcome to the Educators Table podcast, where early childhood educators pull up a chair, get real, start conversations, and grow together.
Hi, Vicky.
Hi, Emily.
Hi, Jessica.
Hi.
Hello, Jessica. We are so excited to have you on this week.
I'm excited to be here.
Everybody, this is my big sister.
The infamous Jessica.
The one and only.
Honestly, we've talked about you a lot.
Yeah. Suckered you into the field.
Yep.
Only a matter of time before we got you on here.
And here you are. Let's go. All right. So should we start with our weekly recap?
I'd love to. Vicky, go first. What happened this week for you?
Okay, well, since this is Tuesday, there hasn't been a lot in the week, but I can tell you what I did on the weekend.
Yes.
So on Saturday, it was a beautiful day, and so we had soccer. I volunteered to be my son's soccer coach. So I am the head coach of a U5 soccer team. So I coach 9 3-year-olds.
That's lovely.
Yeah, and I roped in Jace's best friend's mom to be my assistant coach, but she's had to be away for the last couple weeks, so I've been on my own coaching 9 3-year-olds.
Go team.
Okay, but honestly, having the educator background, it makes such a difference, because like we went to this coaching training workshop, and it was all dads, like soccer dads. I was the only mom there, like female coach, and they all were like very jealous of my child handling skills.
Right.
Because the daycare really the daycare experience really comes into play, because you're literally just playing with the kids. And at this age, we're doing like what's called a grassroots program, which means that there's literally no need to actually teach kids any sort of soccer skills. It's literally just like play skills and like, oh my gosh, I have legs and I can move my body backwards and forwards and side to side, and just like, I don't know, it's just all about like self-discovery in like their physical movement capabilities. And so there's a lot of just like gameplay and like keeping them excited. Like the main focus is that they have fun and that they want to come back next week. It makes literally no difference if they learn a single soccer skill.
There you go.
So it's a really interesting like way to coach, but my son has played 0 minutes of actual soccer. He does not participate at all. And so I just watch him sit on the sidelines while I coach his soccer team, which was not what I
signed up for.
It's not what I signed up for, but that's
I bet he's so proud of you. It's like,
bet.
That's my mom. You go.
Mom.
Yeah, he's probably watching me. Yeah.
He's like, gotta take my mom to soccer today.
Get in the minivan, Vicky.
Yeah, he really likes to dress up in his soccer uniform. And he likes to wear his soccer cleats. Every time I call them cleats, he's like, no, mommy, they're cleats. And he makes me repeat it over. And he's like, no, you don't know how to say it. I'm like, okay. It's really cute.
That's good.
Yeah, but my team is the Purple Rockets.
Ooh.
And they're super cute. And we do positive self-talk during like our soccer games and everything. And yeah, we have a lot of fun. We're the loudest on the field because I make them all yell.
I bet the other kids are staring, being like, why can't we be like them?
Yeah, honestly, like some of the coaches have like come up after and been like, wow, your team like really stands out and it looks like you're having a lot of fun. My kids cried the whole time because they're like trying to line them up and do drills, but like 3-year-olds don't want to do that. They just want to play. And so we play like toilet tag because we know how 3-year-olds love potty talk.
What's toilet tag?
It's where when you get tagged, you have to like squat down and become a toilet. And then your friends have to come flush your toilet to like let you back up. So it's
You never played that?
You've never played toilet tag?
No.
As a junior preschool teacher, you missed out because the kids love potty.
Play
so
regular tag.
Yeah, They love toilet tag. They ask every week to play toilet tag. And this past week, like we typically do like a half-hour practice and then a half-hour of like a game, which is just like them running around after the ball, and there's no rules. They're just chasing the ball and kicking it around. And then we usually leave, but my kids all wanted to stay later, and we played What Time Is It, Mr. Wolf after, because they love playing games so much.
That's a good one.
That we were the last ones on the field. My whole team stayed back to keep playing.
We want to play with Coach Vicky all day.
You should run a summer camp.
Oh my gosh,
Ooh, that would be fun.
That would be chaotic. Soccer is 1 hour once a week. And that's enough for me.
All done.
After that. Yeah. It's really fun though. So yeah, we have soccer on Saturdays, and then on Sunday I took my kids to a greenhouse where they have turtles on the premises.
Very cool.
And so we got to like look at some turtles and buy some flowers, and that's where my mom really likes to get pond plants. Because my mom has a like outdoor goldfish pond.
Cool.
Yeah, and so she likes to have like plants that float on top and like all that. Then we went swimming. We do a weekly swim at our community rec center, and my kids both fell asleep in the car on the way home, and it was beautiful. And I actually had no kids by 8 p.m., and that's a first for me in a really long time. So that was really nice.
And then you got to rollerblade.
I did. I went rollerblading.
Exciting.
I did it. Except then on my rollerblade, I got a text message from Jessica.
Mm-mm.
Uh-oh.
Bad news.
Bad news. It was a bad news message. Why don't you tell us about that, Jessica?
Now it's
Oh,
time for
my lovely
our-
bad news. Our lovely bad
Your
news.
weekly, your weekly recap, because
So my week was good up until, was that Sunday? Sunday night?
it was Sunday.
Emily and I got the wonderful news that our grandparents are selling their acreage and moving into a condo in a month. So our last family get together, none of us knew our last family get together was going to be there, which was kind of hard considering like their house has always been the hub for all of us. They have 14 grandchildren and we always would go and adventure everywhere. Emily can attest for like the really cool old abandoned school bus in the forest that we'd go play in all the time, and the swamp with all the frogs. The chicken coop.
Do they actually have chickens?
At one point,
No.
they did.
Did they?
Mhm.
Oh. And then there's a tree there that I planted actually in grade 1 that's out there.
No way. Like
Yeah.
when they give you like Arbor Day trees to
Yeah.
take
Yeah,
in your
I think
little-
it's only maybe like 5 feet, not even, but I did plant one.
That
Fair.
is so cute.
Yeah.
That's really cute.
We used to take ours to the dog park and plant them there.
Aw.
Aw.
That's really cool. Yeah, I've heard a lot of stories about the acreage from Emily over the years. It seems like it was really like an impactful location for you guys.
It is the place. Like, we have a pretty big family, and there's like no other house that is big enough to hold everybody and growing, because now we got great grandkids, and it's awesome. There's like a board in the wall that they had like marked all of our heights with pencils since we were little, and that's like over 20 people on that board.
Oh my gosh.
Like
Like 40.
height. Every single time you visit grandma grandpa, you're like, stand on the wall, take your hat off.
Yeah.
Like,
Your heels aren't close enough.
When did they stop measuring you? What
they
age?
well,
Never.
depends when they would check, and then if you like haven't grown, then you stop.
Then you're done.
Then you're done. Yeah.
Aww.
They would check every time just in case.
Do you
And
still check every time just in
if-
case?
If you asked, they would do it. Like,
Aw.
I'm like 27. I'd be like, Grandma, can you check my height? I think I grew.
think
be
I
like,
grew.
She'd be like, okay. And she gets out the ruler and the pencil, and she'd make us stand on the wall and check it. And it's cool. Like, at least there's like markings for me, and it's like Emily 2004.
Aw.
Yeah.
Is that something that you guys could like take out? Like, is it like in the house, or like
I
could it
don't
be-
know.
I don't know. We could see, maybe. Like, fortunately, it's getting sold to someone in our family, so maybe. But maybe we should get Grandma and Grandpa to stand up on it, and we can mark them, because I don't even know if they're on it.
True.
That would be so cute. What a cute little memento to take.
I
Yeah.
know. There's lots
I mean, I
of-
miss the really big tree, because every year, like, I'm talking like massive tree, like that we would climb, but there would be so many leaves that we would get to play in every fall. And then their house is built on a hill, so when the snow melts, there's like a lake size puddle at the bottom that we got to run and play through.
We would, like,
Which was always
swim
really
in
fun.
that.
Oh my god.
Like, it was
a lot of,
deep.
mud too.
No.
It was like,
It was like grass.
under?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds like so much fun.
Yeah, and we'd like
Yeah.
sled down the hill in the winter time, and like I like to call it not snowboarding. I guess it was snowboarding, but like I would like take the sled and like stand on it and then like go down the hill like that.
You were that kid.
Yeah, rebel.
Oh, that's really cute.
Too many fun memories, and the frogs, and just like even going to sleep there was so peaceful because you get to hear the frogs at night, and then the wolves would just go. "Ooh."
Oh,
I
It
love
was
that
so
wolf.
nice.
that's really
We used to
cute.
catch those frogs in the ice cream buckets and bring them in the house and scare my mom. She hated them.
Hmm.
Yeah,
She like opened the containers multiple times. Like you think she would learn
jokes on
after the
her.
first time.
Yeah,
Like I would go and be like, "Look what's in here," and she'd be like, "Okay, oh my god!" And then like 5 minutes later, Emily would go do the same thing.
be like, "Hey, mom, what's in my bucket?"
It's in my bucket. That was like our pull our finger, but it was what's in my bucket.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
My favorite story is they just painted their ceiling white. They repainted their ceiling
Oh
and
yeah.
they had like a get together of some sort. Everybody was over there. All the adults were outside and all of the grandchildren were inside. And they had like pops set out. And like majority of our cousins are all boys, and so there's a lot of testosterone going on. And one of them like shook a cream soda and then like stuck a pen in it, and then the cream soda exploded all of their like white ceiling that was just like even still wet from the paint,
With
and we're
hot
like,
pink.
Grandpa's gonna be so mad. And all of us like got on chairs and we were like scrubbing the ceiling before anybody came in to see.
Oh my god. Did you get it off?
Yeah,
So no
did.
one knew?
No.
So now you
Until now.
Yeah. They don't watch the podcast. It's
okay.
fine. Grandma, if you're watching, don't.
Turn it off right now.
Turn it off.
We love you and we're not mad at you for selling your house. We just have a lot of memories there.
Yeah.
That's really sweet. My grandparents also like sold their house a couple years ago, and moved into like an assisted care facility, and it was like right across from a ravine and a park and everything, and like we have like similar memories. Like it wasn't like an acreage where it was like all their property, but it was still like very much so like our stomping grounds, and we would
Yeah.
like go down into the ravine, and we would like find little like where the trees kind of like naturally created like rooms almost, and we would play like house in those like little areas. And
Cute.
yeah, they had like little baseball dugouts, where like you could actually like go down into them,
What?
like the shelters and stuff.
That's
Wow.
cool.
And we used to like play house and play apartments and like, you know, all those like grown up games, dramatic play. My
I'm
cousins.
so curious. Like, I want to know other people's stories too.
Yeah. See,
Like,
we were all girls. Like we only had my brother, and then there were four of us girl cousins. And so we would all be doing like dramatic play type things instead. Like that was more of like our jam.
Hmm.
that's
But
so interesting because ours was not dramatic play because we had a bunch of boys, and so it was very gross motor giving.
yeah, see,
Giving
we
gross
were not.
Yeah,
motor.
we had two girl cousins, and then we were because there's four girl grandchildren, so me and Emily, and then we had two girl cousins, and then the rest were all boys. It was a lot of dirt biking, quadding. I
Yeah,
remember one time me and Emily were riding on the back of a toboggan that was attached to the quad, and our cousin was just going hard, and we fell back, and our backs got scraped against the gravel going across. But we were making memories. It was fun. It was fine.
Fun
I
times
think
when
about it
we were
now.
a kid.
yeah,
But we
Risky
were
play.
outside.
Yeah.
We love
that's
the
true.
outside.
It's true. Like I feel like knowing that both of us, like both of our families kind of had like we were almost like raised in flight environments, like the play-based learning,
Yeah.
Mhm.
without it actually being like defined as that. That was just kind of how play naturally emerged in both of our childhoods, which I don't know,
Yeah.
maybe that's why we're all so passionate about it today.
Yeah. It was like go outside, find something to play with, find something to do. Like
Yeah.
we didn't have like the newest, biggest, fanciest toys. And like video games weren't really like a big thing that they are now.
Mhm.
And so it was like you have the outdoors to make your play with
Yeah.
and your neighborhood friends.
Did your grandparents have toys at their house for you?
They did.
Very minimal. I think it was like the little McDonald's toys that like we would all collect and bring there, and then they would just keep them in a bin.
Yeah.
Although they did have a Batman car that shot missiles, and I would go around shooting people with them because I thought it was fun.
That's cute. Yeah,
They
like
had
at ours
cards.
we had no toys. Like my grandma had two VHS movies for us. It was Cats and Dogs and The Princess Diaries.
Hmm.
And so that was it for like our whole childhood. And so it was like the option was to go outside and play, make your own game, go have fun. My grandma really liked to do more like that kind of learning experiences with us. So she liked to bake with us and she liked to sew with us. So if we went to her house, then she would like do a sewing project and we would like make a dress
Oh, that's cute.
That's
or
fun.
be outside. But there were no toys and there was nothing to do like other than that. So it was very much like a play-based learning environment
Yeah,
without them even like
Hmm.
realizing
and
it.
a little bit of life
Yeah.
skills. Yeah, I'm sure they
Yeah.
didn't realize it. They were just like, "This is how it is."
Yeah,
It's
they're
very
like
Yeah.
Montessori givers
yeah, like
before they even
honestly,
knew what it
this is the
Hands-on
was.
learning.
generation that taught us like all of that, right?
Yeah, see,
Your
I was
grandpa's really Reggio with his construction, getting you to build stuff with him.
There you
yeah,
go.
I
Yeah.
would paint. My grandma was taking a painting class, and so she was really into painting, and so she had all the stuff and the paints and the canvases. So I would go there, and I would make a painting with. It was this is a whole experience in itself. Okay, so my grandpa is really into photography, so
Okay.
he would take the photo and then they would print the photo and then my grandma would paint the photo that he took and then
Oh,
my grandpa would build a frame for the photo that my grandma painted.
that's like
Yeah.
a that's like whole
Yeah.
process. Like
Yeah.
that's so
So we would do
cool.
that. So they had an album of photos that my grandpa took, and then I
The
would choose
matching
one,
paintings.
and then I would choose one, and then I would paint my grandpa's photo with my grandma, and then we would go downstairs, and I would build the frame for my painting with my grandpa. Cute.
That is so cute.
Mhm.
What impactful memories to have as a kid.
Yeah.
That's really cool. I love that. That's like
Yeah.
how we go to school for sewing projects. Like it would always be like a dress or like a cardigan sweater kind of thing
Do you
or
know how to make a dress still?
no. I don't
Oh,
I might. I don't know.
we
I
should
don't know.
test it.
My grandma actually gifted me her sewing machine.
Aww.
So I do
Time to whip it out.
I have it in my basement. It's like set up and ready, and like I've like fixed a couple things like here and there, but I haven't done like a major like sewing project. So I don't know.
Right.
Maybe I should. Maybe I should.
Yeah.
Maybe I should teach Hallie how to sew dresses.
Stop it. That's
Cute.
Like keep my
cute.
grandma's legacy alive.
You
Yeah.
can make little doll dresses out of her old clothes or something,
Oh my god, that
or
would
Yeah.
be
like
so
blankets.
cute.
That'd be cute.
Yeah. Because my grandma passed away last year, so
Yeah.
I don't have I can't make any new memories, but I can keep her
Her
legacy
memory
alive
alive.
through that.
Exactly. That's really cute.
That would be so fun.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
I never learned how to sew, but I didn't get I think I tried and then it was just like too difficult.
That's fair. My grandma like knitted scarves all the time too.
I
Like she
did do
would
that. I knitted.
yeah, she would do sewing and she would do knitting and she would like power knit a bunch of like scarves and then like donate them to my mom's school to their like giving tree. Like you know like the scarf
Aw.
tree that they have at the schools.
Yeah.
And she did that like pretty much until like her last year of life. Like
What a
she
sweet lady.
I know, she was so
Oh
wonderful.
my
I miss her so
gosh.
much.
I remember making scarves and the only I made scarves for dogs.
Because they need
You
them.
really tried. They were cute.
The real cause here is these dogs are freezing.
Process art.
No, I would knit, but like I was little and my attention span wasn't as big as it is now, and so the scarves would only be about like
Oh,
yay big. So they fit perfectly on my Shih Tzu. Benny had a plethora of scarves.
oh my, a fashionista.
It's his little dress up container, just Emily's
Yeah.
little knitting projects.
Dramatic play center.
Yeah, I would do the scarf and then she would add the frills on the end, so he was just sassy.
So he was a frilly scarf. Dog. Oh my gosh, that's really funny. That's so funny.
Yeah.
So all of that led to, I guess, like all of us having childhoods that were outside and like learning play-based environments and getting messy and all that, all the good stuff. So how, Jessica, how
Mhm.
do you feel like that's impacted you as an educator today?
I think it's made me who I am as an educator today. Like, if I didn't have those experiences, I don't think I could create the experiences that I now make for children. And I think it's really important that they get to be messy and they get to explore, because if they're not given that opportunity, they're not going to grow. Like, you can give a child a worksheet or like a craft that needs to look a certain way, but then they're not really thinking, they're just kind of doing. And then you're not going to see any progress, and they're not going to feel safe enough to make decisions for themselves because they feel like they're going to get in trouble. Like when you're watching kids play in a sensory bin and like they start throwing it on the floor and you're like, don't throw it on the floor because it's going to make a mess. Like, do you think that kid's going to want to continue to play?
Keep the sand in the bin.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my worst nightmare. One of our educators in our junior toddler room, they had like this beautiful sensory bin. It was like cocoa powder with flowers and bugs and scoops and cups and everything. And these kids were like engaged for maybe like 10 minutes. And then one kid started throwing it on the floor. And then another kid saw that he was throwing it on the floor. So then they started throwing it on the floor. And then someone knocked the bucket out of the table. So there was like most of the floor was covered in powder. One of the educators was standing in the corner of the room and I could see like her hands on top of her head. And I know she's going like, oh no, like what is going on? And then the other educator in the room just looked and she got down on the floor and started playing with the kids in like the powder on the floor. They were drawing shapes, kids were rolling in it, they were covered head to toe. But in that moment, instead of correcting it, she decided to make the connection instead, which is something that I hope these kids remember, at least for a while. I know eventually they're going to get older and they're not going to remember every single thing they did, but I hope they remember like the feeling they had as a kid and that it was joyful, you know?
I'm gonna cry.
I love that so much.
That's
Like,
really good.
oh, that is so cool because, like, you are such a messy play influencer in the center. You always have been.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that it's so cool to see the way that you've encouraged other people to embrace that side because I think that there's a really big element when people start of like what can I do versus what
Mm-hmm.
can't I do, what am I going to get in trouble for,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
you've never been worried about that.
I also think like some educators feel like they need permission to get messy.
Yeah, and you
And then
have to give
also
that.
some educators just get overwhelmed because they feel like they have to clean it all. But the kids will help you. If you set the expectation being like, we can get messy, we can have fun, we can do whatever, but the expectation is we're gonna clean it up together after.
Yeah.
95% of the time they're gonna do it.
Totally. Or you even just
Yeah.
like make it part of like the organic play that emerged
Mm-hmm.
from
Yeah.
it and they don't even like realize that they helped clean it up.
My favorite thing that Jessica used to do is when it was cleanup time, she would give me a garbage bag and she would give herself a garbage bag. And then she would challenge the kids. We would like separate them in teams. And then whoever had like the fuller garbage bag won. And they loved that.
Ooh.
There was really no teams. Kids just ran and threw
Yeah,
stuff
they
in.
were just
We
throwing in random
pretended there was
bags.
teams.
But
Yeah, but
we
they
like
had
hyped them
such
up
a
and we're like,
blast.
"Oh, my bag's fuller! Oh, look at this bag! Come fill my bag!" And they were just having a
Oh
blast.
my gosh, that is
That's
so
like
fun.
it's such a fun way to like make it interactive for them, and it's like
Mhm.
competitive, and it was
You
just
always had, you always had that one kid that was like, "Well, you're the loser," and I was like, "Actually, I'm not. I tried my best." And then other kids would be like, "Yeah, Miss Jessica, you tried your best," and I was like, "Thank you."
it's so funny that they're like little advocates.
Yeah.
I love that.
That's so
Hmm.
cute. I will never forget the time. Okay, actually there's two times and both of them were with paint. And I think that
Always.
that's one of the things that like I look in the room and then I'm like I'm just going to walk right by and not
I
not
had it under
not
control.
enjoy.
Hmm.
The first one was when you two were in the toddler room and I walked past and there was just red paint everywhere and red paint looks like something bad happened when you first peek in.
Hmm.
And I like looked in and Jessica caught eyes with me and was like, don't worry, we'll clean it up. It's okay. Like everything's fine. We're having fun. And I was like, okay. I think that was when you were still like making getting us all comfy with exposure therapy
Yeah.
with messy play.
Maybe you were really like the pioneer that really brought the center into flight
Into
because you were always
Maybe.
like that.
the messy play aspect of it, like for
Hmm.
sure. And
Yeah.
then there was the slide activity in the junior preschool room.
That was the best.
Tell us
It
about
was so fun. So I was thinking of things to do with the kids, and I don't know why I just had this thought. I'm like, I'm gonna bring the slide from outside inside. And I asked you guys, and you're like, I guess if you clean it, like, what are you gonna do? And I was like, don't worry about it. So I brought it in, and I cleaned it up, and I sat the kids down. I was like, Miss Jessica's gonna bring the slide in, but it's not for sliding our bodies down right now. Miss Jessica's gonna put some paint on it and we're gonna push some cars down. Does that sound fun? And the kids got like super excited about it. And I followed through as the activity was going, setting the expectations. I didn't have a single kid try to go down the slide, but we had the slide and then a long roll of paper. And we started with, I believe it was also red paint
Yeah.
on the slide. And they were rolling cars and balls and blocks and whatever they wanted, I was totally fine with. And then once the paint started drying up and I started to notice that they were losing a little bit of interest, I like went and grabbed the shaving cream and I added that. And then I resparked and then they were seeing how their car would drive through the shaving cream, if it would go as far as their car with the paint. And then when that was starting to get boring, I added water, which made everything really messy, but they loved it. And they all helped me clean it up. Like every single kid that participated, they helped roll up the paper because it was all wet and gross. So we just threw it out. But they helped collect the paper. They wanted their wet wipes to help wipe the slide down and everything. And yeah, it was like 2 activities in one, or I guess multiple.
It
But
did, and it lasted like the whole morning.
yeah, like from like 10:30 to, or maybe even 10 till
It was
11:30. Yeah,
yeah, it was like 10 till
Dang.
lunchtime.
I love when
yeah,
activities work out like that.
Yes.
It's such a win.
Yeah.
It's so like when your activities don't go as planned and then they're like, I actually don't care about this today. I'm just like, oh, this is gonna be a long day. So when they like work out like that and you actually get the opportunity to scaffold and extend, it's like it's a big educator win.
yeah.
Yes. Totally.
Making it their idea is like the biggest thing too. Like you don't have to think of everything. You don't have to decide how to pivot every activity. If you just talk to the kids and ask them what they want to do, they're going to tell you what they want to do. And you just got
Yeah.
to figure out how to make it happen.
And just like bringing in some materials and then just like seeing what they want to do with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes the best plan is no plan.
Yeah.
I think like sometimes we struggled in junior toddler because a lot of the kids weren't talking. So like trying to figure out what their interests were, you really had to like watch, but also we had to like figure out new things to introduce to see what they
That's
would
the
be interested in.
struggle.
Yeah.
That's the struggle that I had with flight in the beginning was like follow their interests, which is totally fair and we love that and that's
Mm-hmm.
amazing. But there was like a part of my brain that was like, but also they're so young and there are so many new concepts that like I want to show them. And how do they know? Because they're so little, they don't know yet.
Right.
And so like they're not interested in it because maybe they don't know that it exists. And so you need to find a balance of introducing new concepts and things and materials
Like inspiring them
yeah
to have new
well
interests.
yeah exactly because how do they know that they don't like it or do like it
They don't know what they don't
if we
know.
Yeah.
don't give them the opportunity. I felt at the time before I really understood what flight was, I felt that it was kind of like a trap because I'm just like, we're just gonna do cars for 3 months because they like cars and
Yeah.
that's all they know. That's all that they know. But flight's not like that. And so that's what I struggled with a little bit at first, but it's definitely a mixture of both for those little ones that don't yet have words, and are still learning about their environment and the world.
Yeah,
I
like
think the thing to
sorry, go
think
ahead.
I think the thing to think about is like their interest is learning something new.
Curiosity.
Like they're never, yeah, curiosity. They're never gonna not want to see something new. Every
True.
time you bring something in, they're gonna be like, "What?"
They're
Like
always
they
like,
see a
what?
spider outside, they're like, "What?" And then you go on like, "Where do
Everything is
spiders come from?"
so
Blah blah blah.
mind
Like
blowing.
go on and go. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I think like the the following their interest based parts of it comes with the deepening of the experience. So you have
Hmm.
to expose them, like give them at least like a surface level introduction of as many things as you possibly can,
Yeah.
and then you follow the interest when it's something they pick up on, and then you can deepen and enhance and like take it from there.
Hmm.
Because I do remember there was a point in time after we had like committed to fully embracing play-based learning, flight, all of that, and then Jess, you had said the kids seem to be losing interest in doing such like open-ended activities because they don't know what to do with the materials.
Yeah.
So like, can I show them that they could make a bird out of this? Can I show them what they could paint? Because there was so much of like us trying not to like force ideas on them,
Hmm.
Yeah.
and you're like, but they're just not coming to the art table anymore because there's nothing to do and they don't know what to do with this
Yeah.
paper or
Yeah.
whatever. And so there was that aspect of like inspiring them with some
Hmm.
ideas,
Yeah.
because I don't know, like I'm not a very like artistic person. Um,
Mhm.
and so if I was given a blank piece of paper, that's probably my worst
I
nightmare
would stress out.
because I don't know what to do with it. I was really, really good in school. I was the kid that could make mine look exactly like the teachers because I didn't like to branch
Stray
out.
away.
I don't
Yeah.
know because I don't know. Maybe I just wasn't like taught the foundations of like branching off and doing my own thing like artistically.
Mhm.
So my art projects always looked identical to the teachers. Like,
It's crazy. I was thinking about that the other day too, and just reflecting on my early education experience in
mhm.
like grade like 1 to 4, and how like I would think things were such big deals and like I had to do things a certain way. And then I'm like, but what if I didn't? Like, it really wouldn't have been the end of the world if I didn't.
Mhm.
There was, we had to like make a thing about like our pets, or I don't know. It was like some kind of personal activity we were doing in grade 4. And I had to like write down what dog food my dog ate. And it was Imes, but as a grade 4er, I didn't know how to spell that. And I was like, if I don't spell this correctly, I'm going to get in trouble because I don't know how to spell it. And
Aw.
then so I made up a random dog food that I thought
So that you wouldn't be
so that I
wrong.
wouldn't get in trouble. And I went a step further because she doesn't know this. I went a step further, and my friend was making her report, and her favorite restaurant at the time was A&W. But I also didn't know how to spell A&W. And so she was asking me about it, and I was like, that's wrong, we better change it. And then so I like erased her A&W, and I don't know what I wrote, but I was like, you're gonna get in trouble because you don't know how to spell A&W right. I'm
Oh
like,
my gosh. Better
neither
put
do I.
taco time because it's easier.
Yeah, like it was the and that was messing me up, and I was like, I'm not sure. But it's just like, what would have happened if I didn't? I just stressed so much that everything had to be so perfect all the time.
Yeah.
Oh,
But what does that say about like the educators around you?
yeah.
If you
True.
were that stressed that you needed to do that, like what does that say about the environment?
It
Yep.
was a different time.
There
Yeah.
there was a pivotal moment for me in the third grade, and I will never forget because it changed also like my entire perspective on like the education system. I don't know if maybe I was just suddenly at that moment like aware, like more aware because I was like 8 at that time. But we had a writing assignment where we had to write a short story about going on a bike ride with your friend, and then someone falls off their bike and gets hurt, and you have to call for help, and then you have to end the story somehow. So those were kind of like the
Mhm.
criteria guidelines. And then I was like, you know what if I was on my way to my friend's house and I fell like on their driveway and got hurt, and then I had to call for help. um, and I failed that assignment because I didn't follow the criteria. And
Wow. They're trying to put us in a box.
honestly, and that was the moment that I realized in my education career that it didn't matter like what you thought. You have to just do what they want, and you have to think how they want you to think, and that there's no room for your creativity in there. And like, I don't know if maybe that's how they still do it. That was how they did it back then, but I think that
Mhm.
mentality kind of like crushed my creativity as a kid. Because now that I'm thinking about it, that's when all my art started to look the same as my teachers, and that's when I stopped
Mhm.
to like go outside the box. And I think I've even told a few educators at the center, like whenever they're we have a lot of people that take school courses and stuff during that. And there's been some times when people come to me and they're like, I don't know how to like make this writing assignment like fit whatever. And I'm like, I have to tell them that right now they have to play the school game to get the marks so that they can get the level so that they can continue on their education. And if
Mhm.
learning in school doesn't match what they're experiencing in our flight program, that you just have to play the game of school to get the assignment submitted to get the grade so that you can move on,
Yeah.
It's twisted.
and to not get caught up in the idea of like breaking what you know about flight and play-based learning that you know works in the actual field when you're working with actual children,
Yep.
Mhm.
as opposed to getting the grade on the essay. I don't know. So I've always told people that you got to play the school game, but then you have to put that to the side so that you can
So the
live
real learning can
so the
begin.
real learning can
Yeah.
begin.
Yeah.
Yes, that's exactly how it feels.
They really need to reevaluate how they do it. I'm just wrapping up my EC program, but a lot of people that were in it have had experience in the field, but they're teaching it as if there isn't, like, as if you haven't been in the field, which is, I guess, important for the people who haven't. But I feel like there should be a distinction between people who have and haven't. Or we always talk about how cool would it be to like challenge an exam or
Yes.
like prove to the government how much you know and
Yeah.
then go off
Like
Having
that.
to take school,
come
yeah.
see me in action and
Yeah.
see what I know and how I can apply all of this. Um,
Yeah.
because watching even like one messy play experience with you in your classroom would for sure get you a level 3 done, no problem.
Hmm.
Like you understand the full concept of what goes into it, um, but now have to spend like the full year taking the classes to prove that you already know what you know.
Yeah.
And the money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the
It's a
money.
lot of money to like say like I knew most of it before going in. Not saying I didn't learn anything. Like it was a great experience. But I feel like for a lot of people who have been in the field for a while, especially like at centers that help you grow and you're doing professional development on the side, you don't learn a whole lot that you didn't already know.
Yeah.
True. A lot of
There's
it is just reminders.
yeah, I put so much value on experience over schooling
Yeah.
and
Over a
education.
piece of paper.
Yes, and that's why like I really try to push like workshop training instead of like, oh, go take this online course where you can read about
Mm-hmm.
what to do. I would rather you guys attend like lunch and learn workshops or something where you get to like watch it in action.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a very hands-on learner too.
Yeah,
So
me too.
they should switch it up. I know they
Yeah.
have like practicums and stuff. It's should we get into that? that's
Oh,
that's a whole thing in
that's a
itself.
can of
We're gonna
worms.
have like 5 episodes out of this one
Yeah,
episode.
we could do literally a part 5 on how I feel about practicum placements and what they should look like. But Norquest hasn't asked me, so
I don't know if they will.
I don't think they want to.
I doubt it.
I think they're good.
I'm gonna tell them just trash the whole
If you
program.
want to know, leave it in the comments below.
Yeah, Norquest,
If we get so many likes.
Norquest,
Yeah.
contact me. We need to talk.
Yeah.
Circling back to like watching things happen, I think that's what happens with what I call exposure therapy. Like I've worked with educators in the past that hated messy play. Like if we had to be together, they were like, "Oh, really?"
Oh, yeah, they're like,
um,
please don't put me with Jess. I can't do it today. I'm like,
yeah,
no, go get messy.
right. But there's one educator, Emily, love you, uh, absolutely hated it, would rather do anything else. And I just said, you know what, screw it, we're just going to do it. We did it every day, all day. And eventually she started to warm up to the point where she was then creating messy play activities. She became the slime queen. I can't make slime as good as her. I'm actually really jealous about it, considering I started it. Whatever.
She got
um,
so good
She
at it.
did.
and then even she was outside with the kids, and I was inside doing planning or something, and I go outside, and the kids are painting her jacket.
Mm-hmm.
And they painted it inside, outside, every which way. She washed it, the paint's still on there, and she wears it every day.
She loves
And
that
she talks
jacket.
about how much she loves it. Like, those kids are going to remember. And when they see Emily walk by with their jacket, they're like, I painted that.
And see, what I
You
love
know?
about that is that that was like a core memory for the kids, but also for her. Like, how cool to be now wearing a story like
Mm-hmm.
on your body every time you put that jacket on and like being reminded of like that feeling of giving the kids that experience. Because I do remember the time where she really did not like to get messy, and it's one of those things that's really hard to overcome.
Mm-hmm.
I still get a little uncomfy with it.
Mm-hmm.
And I have to like catch myself and be like, no, it's okay. It takes more like time, effort, and energy trying to make them not make the mess than it
Yeah.
does just let them do it and
And
then clean
enjoy
it up
it.
after.
Yeah.
You
Like,
can make it safe. When it starts getting unsafe, that's a little
yeah,
much.
Yeah.
yeah.
But you can
If there's
set the
too much like water
expectations
on the
and have it
floor that
safe.
it's slippery or something like that, but put out
Mm-hmm.
a towel so that they can stand on it and then it's not slippery anymore. But I
Yeah.
have found as someone that like struggled with the messy play too that it's not worth the fight It's
No.
better to just let it happen and then deal with the mess after.
Yeah.
And
I
it's
remember when I first started too, and then you were like, we're gonna throw a bunch of diapers in the sink, not use diapers,
I know
just
I
clean
yeah, I
diapers.
remember
Oh,
you
the
guys
Like,
diaper
we're gonna
goo.
throw a
You
bunch
can
of
thank Shayna for
in the
that.
sink, we're gonna get them really wet, and then we're gonna gut the diapers and we're gonna put it in a bin and let them play with it. And I was like, excuse me? We're sure
Haven't done that in
not.
so long.
But we did, and I was like, this is insane. And that really
Hmm.
like crossed the not crossed the boundary. It like
pushed you right over.
pushed me off the edge.
Yeah.
Just like, what is this insanity?
Just didn't lead you over it like slowly. She shoves
Yeah,
you right
big
over.
push, big
Yeah.
push.
Yeah. Like, what's the worst that's going to happen?
Where do you
The kids
think
have
this
fun. You have
stuff?
fun. Oh, no.
Texture is
Yeah.
wild. If anybody's ever made diaper goo, but yeah, but it was. Now I love sensory play. I love getting messy. Jessica's also the peanut butter baby of shaving cream.
Oh,
She'll
yes.
like
Many of shaving
get
cream
it
peanut butter babies
all
in my
over.
day.
Oh my god. Speaking of shaving cream, so we in the office, we used to play the game of how long would it take Jessica to find the shaving cream. When when we would go when we go supply shopping, we would like not tell you that we got it and we would put it in the shelves. And then
Wow.
when you came to find your supplies for the morning, you would literally be able like through the door, you would be able to hear you saying like yes, and then you would grab the shaving cream and then you'd shake it as you walk down the hall and
She's
Yeah.
coming.
Jess is coming with the shaving cream. She found
So
it.
it's a hit with like all age groups.
Yeah, it was so good. Like if we didn't find shaving cream, like we would make extra stops to make sure that we got it so that you would
It's a
have your shaving
necessity.
cream. It was a necessity, yeah. And
Hmm.
then it would count down for how long it would take you to find it. It was never that long. You found it right
No,
away.
Yeah,
I knew what I needed.
made with that with shaving cream,
Yeah.
just shaving cream in general, or you do the puffy paint, or
Hmm.
you do the shaving cream and the sand mixture together. There's lots of purposes. It's good, and you can get the smelly ones that smell like strawberries and things, but
Yeah.
then they like
Yeah.
taint it. But it's fine.
You even would put it all over your face too.
Oh yeah, everywhere. I didn't care about getting messy. I was just gonna go home after anyway. And the kids think it's really cool. Like if you're genuinely participating in their play, they think you're the coolest. Like they look up to you. They build that connection with you. If you're that educator that's constantly sitting there being like, "Don't do this, don't do that. You have to do it this way," like
Yeah,
I don't
and
know,
just
you're
like
ruining that
standing over
connection, and
them.
that really sucks.
Yeah,
And you also like give them permission to do it too. So like you're giving other educators permission to get messy, but then also the kids too.
Hmm.
Because I think that in the preschool age is when they kind of they understand like the boundaries, I guess, a little bit more, and they try to like follow the rules, and like maybe they don't want to break them,
Yeah.
or like because they don't want to get in trouble, and so they're kind of a little more cautious when it comes to it, and then they want to see how far you'll push it so that they can do the same.
Hmm.
So you really gave them permission to like let loose,
Yeah.
get messy.
Yeah, I brought shaving cream in there a while ago, and we had those little spatulas. They almost look like. Do you know that marble drop game where you put sticks
Kerplunk.
into like
Yeah,
kerplunk? Yes, yeah. So it was like sticks that looked like that, and then I don't know. I was just being funny, and I put it on my face, and I started shaving my face with the stick.
that's funny.
And then there was one kid who was obsessed with it, and he had to put it all over his face. And he's like, "Miss Jessica, I'm like my dad." And he'd go up to the mirror by the sink, and he'd shave his face, and he'd look in the mirror, and he'd see that there was more, and he'd shave his face again. It's like it's teaching him that skill. Like, he's not gonna have facial hair anytime soon, but he feels like he's like his dad, and it's really important to make those connections.
That's really
That's
cute.
so cute. Little kids love to do like grown up activities.
Mm-hmm.
They do. Dramatic play is so big.
Yeah.
That's
And
one of my favorite
when you
things.
can engage the boys in it too, like with the
True.
shaving, like that is so fun.
Yeah.
Because I feel like the girls are like naturally drawn towards it, where the boys like may not as much. I mean, unless you've got like capes and masks.
True. Or
Because they
trucks. Yeah.
yeah, they love the superheroes and like all that. But yeah, bringing them into dramatic play as like face shaving is so fun. What are some of your other favorite, most memorable messy play activities?
Man, anything that has to do with shaving cream. The slide one was one to remember. I think it wasn't necessarily an activity, but last year at our like kinder send off, it got a little wild. We had water guns and those collapsible, like refillable water balloons. And we had them out for the kids. And then the parents were like, "Oh, don't do that. Don't play with it. Don't spray me with water." But and then you could see the kids like they're starting to get upset. And I was like, "You know what? If you want to spray anybody with water, just spray me." And literally all 25 kids were attacking me, but they had the time of their life. So
I
not really planned, but I let them like do what they wanted to do.
Did you get
So
wet or did you spray Jessica?
I got wet.
Okay. You
yeah,
let them spray you.
It was so fun. It was a hot day too. Like, come on, you're
yeah,
gonna put out water for kids and be like, "Don't touch it." No, it was hot summer day. It was their
yeah,
graduation.
And even like water it just
It
dries.
just dries.
And especially outside, like whatever, get your clothes wet. It's
Yeah,
fine. You
they
just
loved it.
what's literally the only
hmm
thing that happens is you get dry after.
yeah.
I want to challenge parents to have a water gun fight. Like, oh my gosh, let loose.
That would be fun. But like in their work clothes, show up in your work clothes, and
We should
then
have a parents' night. We should host a parents' night.
a parent kid water balloon
Where you
fight,
have to get
Yeah.
messy.
water gun
Or
fight.
yeah, just like challenge parents to get a little messy.
That would be
hmm
Make them feel like a kid again. They deserve it too.
When parents are more focused on keeping things clean and organized, their children are losing pieces of their childhood. And I don't think they realize that.
it really, really enhances a childhood to be exposed to those experiences for
Mhm.
sure. I mean, you guys had them growing up at your grandma's acreage, and like those are memories that have literally stayed with you for life. But do you remember the times that you sat at a table and colored? Because I don't either. Like I remember the moments and the games that we played outside, getting messy and like all of that. Like I remember going to the dog park. We had a golden retriever growing up, and so we went to the dog park, and there were some like mud puddles. We had gone like after it rained, and my sister made herself some mud gloves all the way up her arms,
That's good.
mud
Mhm.
gloves, and like our mom was just like she just let us do that kind of stuff because she's like it'll wash off, it'll dry. The only thing that me stopping the kids from doing this would do is like take away their fun experience.
Mhm.
And so I love the idea of just letting kids experience that and not putting them in a box, because we know that when they get to school they're going to be put in a box.
Yeah.
And so if we can give them like the most memorable first 5 years of their life,
This is their time.
it's the time to shine. It's the time when there's no boundaries. Well, there's boundaries, but you know, like
Mhm.
there's no box, there's no grades, there's no criteria.
It's the time for self expression and figuring out who you are and what you love and getting to explore the world in every essence.
Yeah. Like you say all the time, it's like it's their first time learning these things. So why not let them do it the way they want to do it instead of how we feel it should be?
Because we forgot. We don't know what's right. They know what's right.
Hmm.
They still have that little magic.
They do, and we need to learn from them instead of us trying to teach them all the time.
I think it helps even like when you're having a bad day and you go into work and the kids remind you what it's like to be a child again. And I think that's also why I love this field because who gets to do that? Not everybody.
Exactly. So, Jessica, what advice would you give to educators just starting out in the field?
I think the advice I would give is always choose connection over correction. The kids are not going to remember like the worksheets having to sit quietly. They're going to remember you getting down and playing with the kids and creating memories with them and making them feel important.
That is very impactful.